Hey everybody, Ralph Havens here. And this weekend I learned something from a little guy, probably about 5 years old or so, um, on a trail, my beautiful trails around Lake Padden. And, and I was running up towards the trail. I've got a special gift for you at the end of this, a special Matrix Energetics 2 point, if you want to hang around for that. So, and so here we go. So I was running down the trail and I saw a family, man, woman, and a little dude, probably about 5 years old. And as soon as they saw me, I was probably about 100 meters away. They scrambled. So the dad went way in the woods over here, and the mom and the little boy went over here. And I was like, oh man, they're really scared, this coronavirus scare thing. And I'm running down the trail, and they all have their little bandanas on and masks and stuff. The little dude had a little bandana on, and so I'm running down and going past him, and he said, "What's your name?" And I stopped, and I said, "My name's Ralph." I said, "What's your name?" And he goes, "I'm Emmett." And so then we talked for about 15 seconds or so, and I said, "Have a really good day." And I got to the end of my turnaround point, and I started to come back. And as I came back, I saw a couple walking. There was a trail, my trail was coming down like this, and then there was another trail like this. And this couple was there at the trail bifurcation thing. And the dad was off over here, and the mom and the little boy were over here off the trail. And I started to run by and run around, and everybody was, 15 feet, no, more like 15 meters away from each other. And I started around the corner, and she was really, really, really driving home this point that she was saying, there are too many people here. You have to be careful. And he was sitting on a little stump, and his mom was standing over him telling him this. And I was running around, and I looked over at him, and he looked at me with his eyes of like just confusion and sadness and like hurt. And he just wanted to play. He just wanted to like play. He was on a beautiful trail on a beautiful weekend day with his parents. And I ran by him and I gave him a big thumbs up, and I said, "Good job, man. Good job." And then I ran and finished my run. And then Jen, same day, was at our community food co-op, and she walked in. No, she was at the, she might have been at the co-op. Yeah, she was at the co-op, I think. She also went to the farmer's market. But she walked in, she didn't have a mask on, and she was with Baden, didn't have a mask on. He's about 3. And she was walking by a woman with her little boy, or little kid, and the little kid saw Jen and saw her face and just lit up and said, "What's your name?" And so Jen told the little kid, and the little kid said his or her name. I forgot what it was. And they had a nice little exchange. And we have another friend who was it that, oh yeah, our friend who lives out in the county. And they were with a group of people, and the mom had a mask on, and the little baby had a mask on, and she was holding the baby. They were trying to like train up the little kid in using masks and stuff. And the kid was looking around, kind of confused, asking for his mama. His mama was holding him. So babies have a lot of eye to eye and eye to face contact to orient and to know what's safe and good, and to read what's going on in the mom. And my friend didn't have a mask on, and the kid just kept looking at my friend, at his face. Kids have a lot of hopes and dreams, and a lot of the times they're tied to their parents' hopes and dreams. I know that was for my case. My parents had a lot of hopes and dreams, and they talked about them, a really big life. And I got to witness it crumble and them not get it, and a lot of devastation. And there's a lot of sadness that happens when you see your parents fail. And so it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? How do you want to live? How do you really want to live? How do you want your little kid to live? And yeah, I get it. There might be some real dangers out there, but is there really? Is there really? If you start to really look. And so you might want to start to look, because for a child, the world is magical and play. And we do need to protect them. There's a lot of people out there that are out to hurt them. I know, we hear about it all the time. And hopefully some of those rings are being broken up, and we look out for them. We make sure they don't jump off of super high things and, don't run out in front of traffic. But what are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, really. And so, years ago, not years ago, a year or so ago, I was doing Qigong with our school, first, second, third graders. So 6, 7, 8-year-olds. They were studying China, and the teacher said, "Hey, Ralph, come do 30 minutes of Qigong," because she knew I did a lot of Qigong, which is an ancient 5,000-year-old way of healing and meditating and connecting to spirit. And so I went in there, and one of the things I did, and you can try it for yourself, it's really cool, really simple. I just had them imagine what their most fun day is, their most fun day. And so all these little kids started imagining their most fun day. And then we started doing this movement. You can do it for yourself whenever you want. It's called Howla. 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 And it means all is well and getting better every day. All is well, so be it. And as we were doing this for probably 5 minutes or so, maybe a little longer, I just kept telling them to smile, because smiling is the best option, right? And to imagine and feel that most perfect magical play day. And you should have seen all their little faces. You should have seen all their little faces. And at the end, I asked them to walk around. I had them walk around before, because you guys know I do that a lot, and then walk around afterwards to notice what was different. And so we went around, and everybody got to share what they noticed. And one little girl who was standing right next to me said, "I know everything." I mean, you say, "What have you noticed?" And she said, "I know everything." And there was a wisdom to that, of course. And 2 other little kids, one of them was Ben, said, "We were walking," I said, I was walking around without touching the ground. And I said, "Oh, you mean it felt like you were like light, really light?" And they said, "No, we were walking around without touching the ground." So for your 2 point, it's already happening. Of course, you can probably feel it. There's existence. I know everything. My friend who had a near-death experience, when he came back, I said, "What was it like?" And he said, "Well, instantly, I was everything and I knew everything." And then when I was a little kid, I remember when I first realized I was going to die, I was looking at my hands and I was like, "Oh my God, what if it's all black and there's nothing, it's like nothing. What if I don't even know I'm not even there?" So that's 2 point, existence and non-existence. So it'd be cool to notice what you guys notice. Like, tell me what you notice if you wanted to. This will be on YouTube and on Facebook Live. It'll hopefully be on my podcast too. And I hope your mind, at least for a moment, can be empty. And your heart full and your body busy, kind of like a kid playing. Peace.